the signs are ominous. We might be in for a very long war. I know some people in Washington expected this to be done within a few days or a few weeks, and it's going to keep dragging. A large part of why it's likely to keep dragging is because there is still limited incentive on the ground for most parties in this conflict to come together and sign an agreement because each party thinks that the other party is not going to honor that agreement. And there is a history of this already happening. Agreements have been signed, deals have been signed. Even before this war, there was a long history of agreements being signed between different countries in the region. And then there are political changes, and then countries pull out of these deals, they violate the terms of the agreement, etc. And so there is very little mutual trust. And when you don't trust that the other country is going to honor its side of the agreement, you're unlikely to sign an agreement. Now, the only situation where I would see countries in the region come together to sign an agreement is if they feel that they are losing the war themselves individually, which means somebody else on the other side thinks that they're winning. And if one side thinks they're winning, they are unlikely to want a deal. And only the side that feels that it is in trouble is likely to want the deal. Um, and if not that, then for strategic reasons, like, we've seen this in Russia and Ukraine, for instance, strategic reasons such as signing a deal for a ceasefire so that it gives you the opportunity to replenish your weaponry, replenish your armament so that you can launch a fresh attack. So I think all this is to say that it seems unlikely at the moment with the way things stand that you might have a stable, permanent solution or a long-lasting solution to this conflict. You might have a war that goes on for a few months, maybe even for over a year, blowing hot and cold. You'll have phases where there are skirmishes. You'll have phases where there is a fragile ceasefire on the ground that maybe lasts for a few days. But you're unlikely to see a conclusion to this war effort, so to speak, anytime soon.